So why do you want to do the No Way Out podcast?
Well, I want to do the No Way Out podcast to bring something new and innovative to Las Vegas and to do something different. You know, not just you have your satellite radio stations, you have your regular radio stations that talk about what they're told to talk about. And I felt like I wanted to reach a different audience, and I wanted to reach the people that I know that will respect what I'm doing. And I wanted to touch different things that would enlighten my melanated people, as well as all people, you know. But, you know, I really wanted to show and prove that there's always a better way of thinking to our melanated people. You know, when I mean melanated, I mean, you know, blacks. I don't like using the term African American and African and all this other stuff. I just like to say melanated because that's what we have. That's what's in our genetic coding. So, you know, I just want to bring something new and innovative to our melanated people so we can come together and have different things to talk about. Spark conversation. You know, bring something new, something with some type of intrinsic value that we'd have towards our melanated brothers and sisters.
What's the number one message you want your viewers to know?
Know thyself. Know who you are. If you're a melanated person, be proud. You know, don't cower when it's time to talk about race. You know, know who you are. Educate yourself. And I'm not talking about going to college and having some Caucasian validate your education. I'm talking about get some books and read. Read, know your history. Know where you come from. You know who Dessalines is. Jean-Jacques Dessalines. No, that's the most important part. We don't know who Jean-Jacques Dessalines is. You know? Get the books, pick them up and read them. Know who you are. Know that you are powerful. Know why countries like Haiti are the poorest countries around the world. Because of the Haitian Revolution. Because they're the ones who defeated the Caucasians and would not be colonized. So you gotta know who you are. Once melanated people start to wake up and know who they are, they'll think differently. They'll act differently. They'll treat each other differently. So that's the main focus of the podcast, is to bring awareness to who you are. No matter where you at, no matter what part of the world you are, what hood, what country, you know who you are. And educate yourself.
What's the main message you want to get out to the young melanated entrepreneurs?
Hey, be an entrepreneur. Don't be like everybody else, you know, that's elderly or, you know, they don't know. The only way they know is to go work for someone. Follow people like Dame Dash. Work for yourself. That's why I started the No Way Out podcast with my co-host New. Because it's about empowering yourself to work for yourself and not become beholden to corporations, since corporations look at you as a number. And there's nothing wrong with working a regular job, because you gotta, you know, pay your bills. You have bills to pay. But if you can work for yourself and you young and you just starting out, instead of you going and working for a corporation, you can start your own business. You can get a trade and start your own plumbing company or your own electrician company. You know, that's what melanated people did back in the day in Tulsa, Oklahoma, everywhere. You know, I just think we're afraid because of what Caucasians have been proven to do to melanated people when they start their own businesses and do their own thing. That's when the taxes, the gentrification, and everything else comes into play.
What can the viewers expect from the No Way Out podcast in the near future?
Well, we just gonna touch on different topics. We ain't gonna tell every damn thing, because, you know, motherfuckers will steal your idea in a minute. But we're going to touch on different things. We want to touch on our young melanated kids getting trades. Get you a trade. Go to school, get you a trade. Be a plumber. Ain't nothing wrong with being a plumber. Be an electrician. Be a carpenter. If Jesus was a carpenter, you know, then there should be, and everybody is so-called Christians, then they should be taking their asses to school to be a carpenter. So they can be, you know, one of those type of skilled workers that can work for themselves any time of the day. And they can be a subcontractor and work for different people and empower their people. So, you know, we're going to touch on that. Having our young melanated sisters get trades so they can empower themselves and not just go to school to get degrees and clown ass shit like African American studies. You don't need no degree to know African American studies. Go get you some damn books and read them. And that's all the African American studies you need. Because you're not going to come across no Chinaman getting his degree in China studies. They already know who they are. They're programmed about who they are since birth. So we're going to touch on those type of things, making sure kids are going to school to get the right type of paperwork to give them options. We also going to touch on like financial stability and being financially stable, you know, and being financially aware of what the do's and the don'ts. You know, I don't know everything. I don't know a damn thing, but I know a thing or two about being in debt and coming out of that debt and making the right decisions with your money and making the right decisions with your credit cards and making the right decisions with what type of debt is good debt and what type of debt is bad debt. So we're going to touch on those things too. And our melanated brothers and sisters need to know that. I think what's shown to our melanated sisters is, brothers and sisters, is, you know, rims and cars and clothes and shoes and bullshit. And we gonna touch on stocks and bonds and life insurance policies and, you know, writing wills and making sure that generational wealth is carried on throughout the family. So we're gonna touch on generational wealth. We're gonna touch on financial stability. We're gonna touch on property and maintaining and buying a property. And we're going to maintain on, you know, social justice. What is justice? You know, we're going to touch on white supremacy. Of course, that's one of our main topics. And we're going to touch on, you know, fighting the system of white supremacy and replacing it with a system of justice.
Any last thoughts or words for your viewers?
I just want everybody to know that I really appreciate everything everybody been doing for me. Because you just don't know I'm bullshitting, see? Check out the podcast. We No Way Out Podcast. You go on YouTube, type in the No Way Out Podcast, and you'll see a picture of my clown ass face on an interesting body. And I want y'all to tune in every week, every time we post something. And, you know, hopefully the channel will grow and it'll become infectious in a good way. I don't want this channel to become infectious because of negative content. I can do that all day long. I've done it before and I've got a whole bunch of views and likes. So I'm not doing it for this. I'm doing it so we can get the message out there, especially to our Las Vegas, because gentrification is coming and Las Vegas is going to change. And I don't want my melanated brothers and sisters that are young, that are not prepared for the flood, I want them to be prepared because the flood is coming. And I want this channel to grow. And I want anybody that checks this out to subscribe to the channel, listen, share it with people. Yeah, this is my motherfucking clown ass face. You know, eventually we'll get Nuke on here. And we got more interesting topics to come. And I got a lot of interesting things to talk about. And so does Nuke. So I want to send a shout out to Nuke. That's the co-host of the podcast. She is one of the originators. So hopefully the message gets out in the proper way. And share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And don't be a fucking clown. Peace.